powers of attorney. A power of attorney is a form that really was laid out in 2010 by the Maryland legislature. It dictates what banks and financial institutions have to accept in the way of forms that would be submitted by an individual who wants others to make financial decisions on their behalf while they're still alive. Now, here's a difference between the last will and testament's powers of attorney, or a personal representative, and the financial power of attorney, a person who's an attorney in fact, or an agent. A financial power of attorney or an agent is someone who's acting on your behalf while you're still alive. You may or may not be competent to make your own financial decisions, and for this instance I'll say that you're not competent. You're alive, but you're incompetent. You're incapacitated in some form or fashion. Maybe you have some form of mental disability where you're alive and maybe you'll live for 10, 15 more years, but it's really not appropriate for you to be balancing your checkbook and making important financial decisions, paying bills and things that come due. So you're designated someone who you trust to make these decisions, and the person that you've designated has a fiduciary obligation to make decisions that are prudent and responsible on your behalf and in your best interest. That being said, as you know, some people stray from that, but they are under that obligation to do things that are in your best interest. A last will and testament only speaks to once you're deceased. The financial power of attorney only speaks to while you're still alive. Once you die, the power of attorney is no longer valid. Whatever the person had done before that can be fought about in court if people see fit, but that power of attorney no longer has authority to make financial decisions on your behalf. So in this document, it's usually 6 or 7 pages long. Someone's granted authority to make financial decisions on things like selling and buying real estate, investing in things, making banking transactions, and any other financial kind of decision that might be made on your behalf. It's not a terribly complicated document, but it's super important for folks as they get up in age and they're potentially going to need someone to do things on their behalf, for them to have it lined up where they've named a person or 2 or 3 in succession to handle their financials for them in the event that they become incapacitated for any period of time. Disabled, unable to do it for yourself. Maybe you're mentally all still there, but physically you're not able or not willing to go and do your own banking. So you want to make sure that you've lined up individuals that you trust, or at least one individual, hopefully more, that can do financial transactions on your behalf. It's so important, and elder abuse is so prevalent that you give a lot of thought and not pick someone just because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings to do this kind of role. It's really important that the individual that's picked is someone who will make good, wise financial decisions on your behalf, even if they're cold as ice, because sometimes it's the sweet ones who are going to take all your money, so be careful.